Hello everyone, my name is Ariel Nye. I'm going to be talking about my project called Creating a Plan for Better Trained Employees. This project was created to train the employees of Cabela's about outdoor and conservation areas where customers can perform preferred outdoor activities. The places included in the training are specialized by department and they are supposed to mainly consist of conservation land that might be as well known. There are pamphlets to be made for each department with specific information so that it can be handed out to the customers. The managers were given the outlines for the training program and the pamphlets, as well as a laid out plan for filling out the outlines based on employee information and giving the training to the employees. Some background here for everyone. The goal for this project was to provide valuable information and knowledge to the people working in outdoor stores like Cabela's, which will allow for better and more informative interactions with customers that are looking for places to go in the area for their outdoor activities. The problem that stemmed this project is the lack of knowledge from employees at outdoor outfitting stores, but namely my local Cabela's here in St. Louis, Missouri. People come to the store and want to know about local places they can go for their outdoor activities, and the employees are not always able to give them answers. The solution to this problem is to train the employees better from the start with information about local places where customers can hunt, fish, hike, camp, shoot, etc. The way to provide this information was to create a learning course for new employees, create departmental pamphlets, and then create a implementation plan for the managers. So just for some background, in the state of Missouri, only about 7% of the land is considered public land, but this makes up about 1.5 million acres. Within these 1.5 million acres are over 1,000 conservation areas and 95 state parks. All these areas are open for the public to use and enjoy in many different ways. A lot of these areas are not majorly marked from the highways, and research would be needed to find them, which is why I think it would be good to have some information readily available for people who might need it. The easy to find places are sometimes overcrowded, so knowing and researching places a little off the beaten path can enrich outdoor activities more and allow for people to have a better time there. This can lead to an increase in customer happiness, as well as increase in visits to these places, which is important for conservation efforts. There's a study done in India that showed that nature-based tourism, like going to conservation type areas, was bringing in over 60 million a year to the community and helped complete conservation goals for most of the area. Cabela's and other outdoor outfitting stores help to spread awareness of different outdoor areas, so increasing employee knowledge can help local conservation land. Lack of knowledge can be detrimental to a workplace, and we all have experience with this. In stores like Cabela's, customers and employees frequently discuss with each other outdoor activities that they are buying their products for. When the employee is unable to answer customer questions about places to go for outdoor activities, it can seem like the employee is lacking crucial information. Lack of knowledge can make it look like the store employee doesn't know much about topics they are supposed to be professionals in, and it leads to the customers not trusting employee word. A study done by Bowles et al. Discusses how retail employees who focus on making the customers happy and fulfilling their needs leads to happier customers and better sales. This is an important concept to keep in mind when in retail, especially in jobs where the customers are going to be asking opinions about the tools they will be using. In an outdoor outfitting store, people come in to buy things because they expect the employees to understand the items that are in their section of the store. They also expect them to have some knowledge and experience using the items in places that people can go to perform their preferred outdoor activities. One of the reasons that people have expressed their preference of Cabela's to other stores like Bass Pro Shops is because the employees are more customer oriented rather than sales oriented, which can increase revenue by more than $1 million. During Cabela's hiring process, potential employees are asked about their outdoors knowledge and experience so they can be placed in an area where they have at least some knowledge about the activities and products for sale. If employees are knowledgeable about the activities in their section, there's a good chance that they have been to places where someone can do this outdoor activity, but not always. Just because an employee knows about an activity does not mean that they know many places to do that activity. In these cases, employees would have to send the customer to another employee or another section and hope that someone over there can answer the question that they have. Being able to answer questions from customers helps to increase customer satisfaction and the company reputation, which leads to more sales and more loyalty to the company. There was a study done that found that when a company takes the time to train their employees, it increases the employee performance, but even more so if the information can be used outside the store as well. Teaching employees about local areas where they can perform outdoor activities will not only help the customers, but it can enrich employee personal lives and create stories for the employees to talk about with other employees and customers. Increased knowledge of the employees will lead to better interactions with the customers, which will lead to customers that are more satisfied, which again leads to increased store performance. So for my methods, I'm going to discuss the training course, the pamphlets, and the implementation plan. The first part of this project was creating a learning course for Cabela's employees to learn from. I did this by creating an outline of the learning course, which the store managers were able to fill out with specific information about conservation areas. The goal was to get the managers to get additional employee input on places that would be included. The learning course also had a section for ways to talk about the pamphlet and bring it into a conversation. That way there was less confusion about how to utilize the information that employees were being given. This course would be taught by the managers during the hiring process or after the fact. Next, the pamphlets. The next part of the project was to create a template for departmental pamphlets that would be given to employees after completing the course. These pamphlets would be for the employees to use when talking to customers about the locations they have learned about in the learning course. Employees can hand the customers the department-specific pamphlet that will have specific locations depending on the activities that are common with the products that are being sold in specific departments. The store got a template of the brochure so that it could be used for all departments and would be able to be updated as needed. There are many sections in the store, so it's easier to create one template that could be used for all the sections, just information in the pamphlets changed to fit the department. You can see I've got it having the locations as well as an image of the location, and on the back at least some product information for that department. And finally, the implementation plan. This was given to the store managers. I don't have a copy of it on here. First, the store needed to gather information and fill out the templates for the course and the pamphlets. The plan then discussed how to train the employees with the course by incorporating this course into the new employee learning schedule and working on training current employees on the course. The plan then discusses how to make sure that the pamphlets are available as well as possible ways for the store to manage their upkeep of the pamphlets and locations easier. By this I mean that the pamphlets would need to be available at the workstations in every department, and the team leads responsible for making sure that they are available for the employees and customers. Some side notes and afterthoughts. The managers were really happy with how the templates came out and thought that the implementation plan would go smoothly, but that it was going to be a long process. There are probably over 100 employees or close to 100 employees in the store, and at least the people that work on the floor, if not the cashiers, were going to have to learn this information. So it's going to take a while. I am currently working on a survey for the employees for after they have been trained and started using the pamphlets that will include questions like, was the information of the course useful? Are the pamphlets easy to use with the customers? And a suggestion area for what could be added to the pamphlets and the training course. Some possible changes and the potential for the future. Some possible changes for this project would be to include the survey and the implementation plan so that the store is prepared for it in the beginning, and it would also have more usable knowledge for my project as well as make it easier for the store to update their plans in the future. I will be giving this survey to the managers so they can utilize it. Another potential possible change is to make this a plan for all Cabela's and Bass Pro Shops, not just my local store here in Missouri. If the store likes how this project turns out, there is the potential that they could send this to their higher-ups, and this would be a plan for many Cabela's and Bass Pro Shops. The potential for this course, or something similar to it, would be that it would boost the store reputation because the employees would have better knowledge of their local areas. There would be increased training for the employees, and there would be increased knowledge and visitation to conservation areas around the U.S. This project addresses the problem of severe lack of knowledge of local conservation areas at my local outdoors outfitting store, Cabela's. The employees there are not fully aware of the available land around them and that is available for hunting, fishing, hiking, camping, etc. The creation of this plan to implement a training course for this information and a pamphlet to make the knowledge easily shareable will make sure that the employees have the knowledge they need to help customers the best that they can. Thanks, everyone.